Hello friends, it's me Oleh Ivchenko, the head of WIPO Group. The end of the year is just around the corner. Some people are summing up the year, others are planning their holidays, but we continue to keep track of the most important events in the world of intellectual property so that you always stay one step ahead. In today's episode, we'll talk about the following topics. Ukraine discusses the impact of AI on intellectual property at a European conference. Donald Trump continues to reform the country's legislation, this time in the field of artificial intelligence, with a law that marked the beginning of the fight against digital piracy. There's a lot of interesting things ahead. Let's get started. The Ukrainian delegation took part in a conference of the European Union Intellectual Property Office, where the future of copyright in the digital age was discussed. Key topics included the impact of generative artificial intelligence, transparency in content usage, and unified rules for the EU. Importantly, a new copyright knowledge center and the EUIPO were presented, a platform for analysis and sharing best practices. Ukraine joined the discussions on new approaches to licensing, combating piracy, and the role of collective management organizations. Representatives of the Ukrainian National Office of Intellectual Property and Innovation emphasized that AI is already part of the market, so a constructive dialogue between technology developers and rights holders is necessary. Participation in such international events helps Ukraine integrate into the European IP space and build effective copyright protection. US President Donald Trump announced that he will sign a new executive order aimed at establishing a single federal rule for regulating artificial intelligence. The idea is to take away the states' right to pass their own AI laws and replace them with a single nationwide approach. Major technology companies support this initiative as the current patchwork of different regulations in each state, they say, hinders the development of innovation. However, there will be significant opposition. Many states, both Democratic and Republican, believe that they themselves should protect their residents from the risks of AI. There are already laws in place banning unauthorized sexual content, political deepfakes, or requiring companies to disclose risks. Last time in the Senate, an overwhelming majority voted against the attempt to block state legislation. The new order could become a turning point for the AI market in the US and the world as a whole. The only question is whether official Washington will be able to impose a unified rule where the state's position has so far prevailed. On December 20, 1996, the member states of the World Intellectual Property Organization adopted the WIPO Copyright Treaty. This was a groundbreaking document created in response to the rapid development of digital technologies, which international legislation simply could not keep up with. The treaty for the first time clearly established the protection of computer programs as literary works and recognized the protection of the structure and selection of materials in databases. It also expanded authors' rights to distribution and provided new tools to combat digital piracy, in particular by prohibiting the circumvention of technological protection measures and the unlawful alteration of rights management information. This treaty became the foundation for the global modernization of copyright in the Internet era and subsequently influenced the legislation of dozens of countries, including European and American jurisdictions. That brings us to the end of today's episode. I, Oleh Ivchenko, and the WIPO Group team thank you for being with us. Don't forget to follow our updates and share this episode with those who work in creativity, technology, and value the power of protected ideas. Create, experiment, and remember, the future belongs to those who know not only how to generate, but also how to protect their intellectual assets. See you in the next episode.